are in the high school cafeteria. So there are lots of things in Serve Safe that you can see right here in the school cafeteria. One of the things in this chapter is first in, first out. So Ms. T is going to show you the little sign. See, this is the high school cafeteria pantry. It's got first in, first out. The first things to go in here are the first things that are going to leave here. Okay, so if you look, they got it all date labeled. These are all date labeled, first in, first out. If you ever notice when you go to like Balestras, right, and you go to grab your milk, you got everything. If the milk is going to expire September 30th, September 30th, gallons of milk are in the front, and then the ones that are going to expire later are in the back. So that's what first in, first out means. The things that you put in here first are the first things that you're going to remove from here. So that's why when I go to Balestras, I always grab my milk from the back. If you grab it from the back, it's got the freshest expiration date, right? So they're put in order. Things that are going to expire first towards the front, and things that are going to expire later are stacked up, lined up towards the back. So that's what first in, first out means, okay? And they use that here in the cafeteria. There's a couple of other things I'm going to show you in just a second. In this chapter as well, we learned the numbers 6 and 4. What does that mean? That's as far as furniture being up off the ground. If something is, not furniture, but cooking equipment, right? So things are up off the ground. Things have to be off the ground 6 inches. Why 6 inches? So they can clean underneath it. If it's stuff that's on the countertop, it has to be up off the countertop 4 inches. They will ask you that on the certification 6 and 4. So equipment has to be off the ground 6 inches. Things have to be off the countertop 4 inches. So I'm going to show you that in just a second. If we can, we're going to try to get to the cooler so I can show you how they label their food. If you are prepping something, you can only keep it for 7 days. Okay, so if I'm in here making tuna salad sandwiches or something, right? And I put a big old tray of tuna salad sandwiches, for whatever day that I make those tuna salad sandwiches, even if I'm keeping them in the cooler, I can only keep them for 7 days. After 7 days, I have to toss them. Okay, so next time you go in Balestras, Rouse's, wherever, and you notice they have those little finger sandwiches and salads and all kind of stuff in their little cooler section, it always has to have a use by date or a sell date on it. And it's always 7 days from when they prepped it. Okay, so you can only keep stuff 7 days. If you're making stuff and stuff is going to expire, naturally if you're making stuff and the mayonnaise is going to expire in 5 days, then you're going to throw it away on the 5th day. You're not going to let it sit there for the other 2 days with expired mayonnaise. Hopefully that makes sense, and we'll talk more about that later, right? So TCS foods, even if you're keeping them in the cooler, you can only keep them for 7 days. Then you got to toss them. You have to have a use by date on stuff or a sell by date. Like if you're in a catering business or something like that, and they try to trip you up on Serve Safe by putting different things on there. It'll say, what do you have to have on your chicken enchiladas? It'll say, do you have to have allergies on there and this and that? Don't ignore all that. You have to have a sell by or a use by date on your product so they know when to throw it away. Okay, don't let that mess you up. You have to have a sell by or use by date. All right, so let's go out. We're going to see if we can get in their cooler so we can see if they've got their stuff labeled for when to use it by. And we're also going to look at the equipment on the floor. 6 inches off the floor, 4 inches off the countertop. Why? So they can clean underneath it. Okay? Cool. Let's go see. Well, my ass back. Let's go see. Don't know if we can get in here. They don't know. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Let's see if they got anything in here. Hang on. Let's see. They do have expiration dates. Let's see. They don't really have anything prepped in here, but they do have expiration dates on their cheese and that kind of stuff. They don't really make anything in here to have use by dates on. But just remember, you 7 days, you can only keep stuff for 7 days. Okay? This is their big cooler. Alright, so let's go check out their equipment over here. Let me put this back. Don't get in trouble. Big old cooler. Okay, come see. Alright, look at this stuff. 6 inches off the floor. Alright, 6 inches. 4 inches off the countertop. Alright, why? So they can clean underneath it. Alright, 6 and 4. You have to remember that. That will be on your test for me, and it's for sure on the Serve Safe certification with 6 inches and 4 inches. Alright, so just remember that. We can kind of look around. I don't want to get in their way this morning. But let's see if we can see anything else that we're going to talk about later on. Over there, your 3-compartment sink. That's in a later chapter. We're going to talk about that, and I'll come back in the kitchen to show you that later. What else we got? That's pretty much it that I can see for now. The rest of the stuff we're going to cover later. The cafeteria is a great place. They got all the Serve Safe stuff in here. Last fall, once we made it through the book, we made it through all of our chapters, we took a field trip down here, and that was the best part of the kids' fall semester. They were like, I never thought it would be so exciting to go see what was in the cafeteria. So I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see the cafeteria workers later too. Bye.